Well, everybody, welcome to the Core 4 podcast. I'm your host, Reed. We're going to talk all things sports. We're four friends that decided to do this on a random night. And yeah, we've had the idea of this for a while. All we do is really watch sports, hang out. And so why not talk about it? So I'll throw it to you guys to kind of introduce yourself. But welcome to the Core 4 podcast.
What's up, guys? My name's Thomas Rohal. I'm from Abingdon, Maryland. Excited to be here, ready to get going, and shout out Bill Lowe.
My name's Owen. I'm from Calgary, Alberta. Also excited to get going here.
What's up, guys? I'm Seth. I'm from Edmonton, Alberta. But we do every night, so might as well hit record and see what happens.
Yeah, it feels like it's been, I feel like we've talked about it, like dating back to last spring.
Yeah.
All we do is play sports, watch sports, talk about sports. So why not give it a whirl? So we'll move into our first topic of discussion. It's the World Baseball Classic, and we see Venezuela come out on top, which is a bit of a surprise. I would say
Mhm.
there's kind of the three main powerhouses of the U.S., Dominican, Japan, and Japan was the defending champion. So
Yeah.
Venezuela is obviously a big baseball country, but from not doing a ton of research before, I was a little surprised to see them end up winning it. But I guess that's just the tournament in sports, and it is, I guess, upsets happen, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like it was just the U.S.'s tournament to win, and they just weren't the better team that night. They came out flat, and when your captain's going 0 for 4,
Yeah.
can't do much with that. I mean, Bryce Harper was kind of quiet till that 2-run homer. That got a little spark going, but it's a little late to hit, and they just have to come out swinging the bats better, man. The pitching was good all tournament, but
Yeah.
yeah, you can't win with no offense.
Started late.
Yeah, got to get the bats rolling.
I mean,
Mhm.
Suarez was a dog the whole tournament. Like it was a beast, Seth. I know you hate that guy, but
you're
great,
hitting on
great
sports.
baseball player.
My boy.
I mean, I don't know how you don't play Gunner hitting a .429, but
Yeah.
I
I
guess
mean,
they didn't see something there.
Gunnar Henderson's been one of the young hot topics of the MLB for the last little bit. I mean, obviously the Orioles had a bit of a down year last year, which I'm expecting them to take another jump and climb this year.
Yep.
To not have him in the lineup, Pete Crow Armstrong also not in the lineup. Cal Raleigh, I think, Tommy, you can make sure I'm
Yeah,
right, went hitless in the tournament
0,
and
0 for 9, 0 for
hit
9 from
Yeah.
Cal
That's
Raleigh.
brutal.
Big
breaks.
dumper just wasn't doing it.
No, and he broke the I believe the single season record last year for home runs from a catcher with 60.
Yep.
And uh, yeah, I mean that's a guy that you kind of pencil in. I know from listening to the Pat McAfee, like that's a guy you pencil in to be one of your big dogs of the tournament. So when he comes up hitless in the tournament, he's not even playing in your final game. That's not a recipe for success. Kyle Schwarber didn't have a hit in the final game, but it also sucks because Tariq Skubal is top three. I mean, he's probably just behind Paul Skeens for best pitchers on
Yeah.
the planet, and
Yeah.
he's not allowed to pitch in it. I know they recruited the guy from the Red Sox, Garrett Crochet. He wasn't allowed to pitch in it. I mean,
I mean, it's just tough. It's a tough tournament right before the season, knowing, I mean, guys got to come in and pitch for their team. So with Scooble, I think the U.S. would have pulled it out, but I mean, they still had a God squad, and you
absolutely.
you got you got to win with that team, man. You can't lose with that team.
No.
It's going to be interesting to see how Raleigh's going to bounce back going into
Mhm.
the regular season. Is he going to have a fire under him or what? It'll be interesting to watch.
Well, I guess I also know, but Bryce Terang, um, couldn't tell you I'm overly familiar with the name going from last year in the MLB. Then he kind of has this tournament. I believe he went to the all
Oh,
tournament.
yeah, second baseman. Yeah, I mean, he got a hit in the final, so you can't be mad. One of the only guys that actually got a hit. So
Hmm.
I mean, you can't be mad with the way he played. I mean, he played great.
No, shout out to Team Canada. I mean, me, Owen, and Seth are Canadians, so they did
Yeah.
just about all they could. I mean, their team was not
I mean, they
probably
gave the U.S. a run for a while there.
It's
yeah, they did.
subpar compared to the others, but what can
Just
you do?
happy to be there. So I
Yeah.
think it was the first time they
Yeah.
advanced out of um, the pool play and getting into the knockout round in a long time, and if ever, I don't know, I have to look into that more. But
Yeah.
I think overall this leads us into a MLB season that has tons of excitement, right? I mean, the last year's World Series got good viewership, North
Oh,
America, the European countries.
yeah.
Um, I'm excited. It's probably the most excited I've been, obviously, that has a lot to do with the Jays making the World Series and not
For
being
sure.
a subpar team.
For sure.
The league
Yeah.
against the Dodgers, man. It's the league against the Dodgers.
Yeah, they
Someone's
go
got to
out.
take them out. Hopefully, the O's with Pete Alonso can make a little run this year. I mean,
Yeah,
hardest division in baseball, but
yeah. Rays
To make a
Junior
run.
Caminero from the Dominican was impressive all tournament. He's young. Roman Anthony's young. That
Yeah,
division never, I guess, like just fails to be out there and one of the better divisions in baseball. But I think we're all excited for the MLB season to start kicking up. And it was a good tournament. It's
for sure.
yeah.
A good lead up into the season. I think it'll carry some good momentum.
yeah,
All right.
definitely gave baseball a lot more excitement. I think more people are excited to watch baseball, better viewership
Yeah.
this year, and I think it's gonna be a
For
blast.
sure. I agree.
Italy also had a little bit of a little run there.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was fun to see. I mean, I couldn't see that. The
Yeah.
Italians doing the espresso shots. Did anyone see that? They're doing the espresso shots after
Yeah,
each
dude.
home run.
Yeah.
You hit a home run in the 9th inning and you take an espresso shot at
Yeah.
10 p.m. You're probably not.
yeah, that's why they're juiced, man. They had a lot of juice to them, so you got to give it to them. They played their hearts out.
Yeah, they
They
did.
played-
Respect.
They played. That was Venezuela, right? Because then U.S. played the Dominican. That was
Dominican, yeah,
Yeah.
Not stand those guys, but
low scoring game for what? Like I thought that was gonna be a shootout of a game. I couldn't have
Yeah.
really expected a low scoring one, but that was a hyped up baseball game and turned out to be good.
For
Okay,
sure.
we can segue into the Edmonton Oilers. Me and Seth are
Go Oilers, big.
big Oilers fans. Tommy watches a ton with us. Owen, hockey nerd, loves hockey, so he's seen a lot of the Oilers.
Yeah.
Tough news over the last couple of days with Leon Draisaitl being announced out for the regular season.
Yeah, shot in the heart.
Yeah, finishes with 97 points in the regular season, so it's his first time under 100 points in I don't know exactly how many years,
Yeah.
but it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it was over a point a game. Top 5 player in the NHL, so it just totally changes the dynamics of the Oilers lineup. Takes a shot to the depth, but I think this is an opportunity for them going into the playoffs, which we got good news from Elliot Friedman today saying he doesn't need surgery, and if everything goes as scheduled, he'll be back. Hopefully for around game 82, maybe get a game in. If not, game 1 of the playoffs. As long
Right
as
as we
they make
need them.
all that
We
matters.
need 'em.
All that matters.
So that was tough to obviously see him go out. But this is a chance for guys like Jack Roslovic, Kasperi Kapanen, or Josh Dickinson, who just was a recent trade acquisition from Chicago, to really cement themselves in the lineup and have a role. I mean, you look at Trent Frederick, the way he's played since the post-Olympic break, and
He's been electric. Awesome to watch.
completely different player. So
Yeah.
the Oilers have 10 different forwards get points yesterday, 13 total on the team, with Connor Murphy pitching in with his first goal as an Edmonton Oiler.
Shout out.
Yeah, Connor Ingram's been playing really good. Back-to-back games with over 900, and
Yeah.
it's a chance for a lot of different players to kind of make their role, right?
For sure.
Yeah, you got a big power play position open for whoever's willing to fill that role.
Absolutely. I mean, it was a combination of Matt Savoy, Jack Roslovic, Vasily Podkolzin got one, not last game against San Jose, but that was against Nashville, where he was kind of in that spot and he got robbed by a Noonan
He did.
with his skate. He was like, but yeah, the Oilers. It's hard to they go to back-to-back Stanley Cup Finals, so then you go into the regular season. It can't be easy just to flip the switch.
No.
And you lose heartbreaking fashion back-to-back years, and then you're
You
just
go
going to do
through.
2 games
Yeah.
all over again, right? And then so they've kind of struggled this year. There's been a lot of different teams in the West that have, played really good, and
Yeah,
they
they
are
are
ahead
good.
have to play better. But as of late, I've been impressed with the way they've been playing.
I agree. They turned it on.
Yeah. But anything else we want to talk about really with the Oilers?
Just those reports about Pods taking those reps and
Yeah.
guys power play spot. So you're
Yeah.
kind of wondering, was there something going on earlier? Something nobody knew about? Like, I don't know. I feel like you don't usually have a guy taking reps if it's
No,
not for anything, right? So I don't know.
I guess talking about practice, yeah, there's been a lot of speculation that Tristan Jari, the trade
Yeah.
coming over from Pittsburgh, hasn't been, I guess, putting the effort he should be in practice. And
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's been translating, but it just has.
Oh, it's been translating. I think
It's
everyone can see it. It's translating.
it has been. He's struggled, and they're going to need him down the stretch, regardless. How good Connor Ingram has been. I mean, Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard were both relied upon for 2 playoff runs. You're going to need them both
Yeah.
pitching in, and for what they paid up to get him, right? Brett Kulak is now in Colorado and playing good hockey.
Yeah.
Skinner's had more success than Tristan Jarry, and you traded both of them plus a pick to get Tristan Jarry. So you're
Sure.
going to
Yeah.
need him to step up. But yeah, all reports are Ross Slavic, Savoy, Podkolzin, and all these guys are working, their butt off in practice, and it pays off. Matt Savoy has been
Unreal.
yeah.
Love that guy. That guy's sick.
You look at the trade with Buffalo, and we send out Ryan McLeod in that deal, and all the best to him. He was a good penalty killer, good
For sure.
center in Edmonton. But to get Matt Savoy and finally see a young guy take a step, it's new.
It's
I
awesome. Yeah. It's a good feeling.
I can't think of have a true winger that can play with Connor other than Zach Hyman. At a young age, be able to come in and step in and play an effective role, and he's good defensively.
He makes plays all night,
Absolutely.
both sides.
I watched him a lot in junior when he was in the WHL, and he had lit up that league before making the jump.
Yeah, he played for the local team too, the Sherwood Park Crusaders. He was good there. And yeah, I mean, if you can have him playing on your top line with Zach Hyman, then you have probably Kapanen and Podkolzin playing with Draisaitl. Your third line becomes one of the better third lines in the league. I wouldn't say the best.
I agree.
One of them in Nuge, Dickinson, and Ross, and that becomes a very effective line, both offensively and defensively. Dickinson played a total of 16:31, which was the second highest from a center yesterday, but trailing McDavid's 24 minutes and 52 seconds, which probably going to see a lot of that, I'm guessing, down the stretch here, which you don't want to burn them out, but they're in a tight conference.
You're going to have to rely on them.
That they are now tied for first in the division, but they're not clinched, right? And it's going to be a tight race down the stretch. It was a big win. It's almost a 4-point win, right? With San Jose trailing them with them with I think by 5 with 3 games in hand. So they win all 3, it'll jump them.
Yeah.
Almost a 4-point win, yesterday. But the Oilers looking good. They play tomorrow. They host Florida, who dropped kind of a surprising one. I mean, not really surprising, which
bad one last night though.
Vancouver is in the standings at 21-38 and 8 at 50 points, well on their way to have the best odds to get potentially Gavin McKenna. They drop one, so they come to town tomorrow for a Stanley Cup final rematch. Yeah. And with that, we can segue to Tommy's team, the Minnesota Wild, who have been a phenomenal team, third best in the West, but third in their division.
Yeah, it's pretty bogus, but I mean, we're gonna have to go through Dallas and Colorado, but that's what you want. You want to go through the best teams. I mean, they won a good OT thriller. Shouldn't have gotten close. It was up 3-1 in the first period. Allowed the Blackhawks to come back, but I mean, they pulled it out. They won. Johansson had a great game, 1 goal, 2 assists. Faber had a great game, 3 assists. Hughes ended up playing 27 minutes last night, no points. That kind of sucks, but I mean, at least he's getting a lot of ice time. I mean, their D pairings are top 3. I mean, you got Hughes and Faber at the top.
An argument in for the best.
It's disgusting, man. I mean, teams aren't scoring a lot against them. I mean, 2 good goalies. Wallsted's a little more inconsistent than Gustafsson, but I mean, when he's on, he's on. Blackhawks didn't play terrible last night. I mean, you had Spencer Knight, 33 saves, 33 for 37. I mean, you can't complain when you're seeing 37 shots. Bedsy, of course, always playing good, 2 assists. You got Nazar, 1 goal, 1 assist, got 20 minutes of ice time. So, I mean, good all-around high-scoring game. I like the over the entire time at 5.5. That was my play of the day, but you can't complain with the way Minnie's playing.
For sure.
It's tough because A tie of the first place in the Pacific is Anaheim and Edmonton, with Anaheim having 2 games in hand, but they're at 77 points each.
Yeah.
Minnesota's third in their division with 90.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it sucks. It sucks being in a good division, but I mean, you gotta beat the best teams to win it all. So
The
can't
format's
complain about it.
It is what it
You
is,
complain about it. Yeah, you got to do
But-
what you got to do.
I guess one thing we can talk about, and I know, Owen, you've been high on the Dallas Stars, and I've had some pushback with, like, I think Minnesota's better. But Dallas is right there. They have played 1 extra game than Colorado, but they are 3 points back of Colorado, and they play tonight.
Yeah.
That is a big game.
Big game.
game.
Big game.
Huge
Good game. It's gonna be a great game to watch.
Yeah, they've been on a good streak since the coming back from the Olympic break.
Yeah.
Getting their first regulation loss last 2 nights ago to Utah.
Mhm.
Um,
Which is
Yes.
another team that's been fun to watch, and
Right.
an owner that is not afraid to throw on the money, make moves, acquiring Mackenzie Weegar. They're a fun team. They're a good team. Sitting currently at the number 1 seed in the wild card with 76 points, which would be 1 point out of leading the Pacific, and they are 4th in their division. So, but we can go through a recap of yesterday's games. Pretty busy day in the NHL, fairly.
Pretty solid, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it. The Oilers defeat the Sharks 5-3. The Islanders beat the St. Patty's Leafs. Did you guys like those jerseys?
No, those are ugly.
Not a
I
fan.
do. I don't mind them at all.
No,
Yeah.
they're ugly.
I don't
man.
think they're bad.
They're ugly, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tradition that they've done.
Yeah.
I don't mind it, but the Islanders, Braden Shen got the party started with a power play goal from Cal Ritchie. It was a very good trade when they acquired him in the Brock Nelson deal, I believe. But they went 3-1. The OT game of Canadians and Bruins. That is like 2 teams that are tight in the standings. Pavel Zacha continues his tear with 2 goals.
Unbelievable.
And the dynamic duo of Cole Caulfield and Nick Suzuki finished it off. That's a fun team. The East seems open. Like it just does. I mean, Tampa Bay is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Carolina's good, but it's kind of the same story of Carolina. Like, are they gonna get over the hump? But then you look
we'll
at
see.
Buffalo, and we could do a whole segment on Buffalo, and
That's a fun team to watch.
I mean, they're unbelievable. They're electric. Yeah. But then there's
They
teams like
figured it out.
Islanders, Penguins, Detroit. Like, there's a lot of different teams. Columbus is trailing right there to try and get into the playoffs, but the East is wide open. So I wouldn't be shocked if Montreal got good goaltending, that they can make a push. Probably the surprising game of the night is the Blue Jackets defeated the Hurricanes 5-1. The trade deadline acquisition of Mason Marchment pitched in to open the scoring. Svechnikov got on the board, but other than that, it was all
Columbus dominance.
It's all Columbus.
Yeah.
Winning 5-1, which is, like I said, that's a bit surprising. Let me just confirm who was in net.
It was Brandon Bussey. It was
seeing ghost out there, man. He was seeing ghost out there.
It was that tough one from him, but
Jet Greaves for Columbus faced 29 shots for a .966. He's making a real statement. I didn't know too much of him coming into the year. I don't know if you guys
know
of him, but he's maybe Canada's future goalie in the Olympics, which we can get into that later. But Minnesota won, like Tommy said, 4-3 over the Blackhawks. A shootout game, which I am not a fan of the shootout. I don't like it. That's neither here nor there. The Predators defeat the Jets 4-3 in overtime, and they're kind of making a sneaky push, but they're one of the lower teams in the league. That's just how the West is. They're making a push to somehow get in after they sold a lot of different pieces at the trade deadline. The Canucks beat the Panthers 5-2. Buffalo rang off another win from a Josh Stone goal. They got an empty net goal from Josh Norris to win 2-0. And Vegas' struggles against playoff teams. I think they broke that They broke that streak. Was it? Did they finally
just recently?
But for a while, it hadn't won since November. Lightning defeat the Kraken 6-2, and they keep their streak. Yeah, absolutely hat trick.
5-point game.
He is, dare I say, underrated. Like, is that a fair thing to say? Is like
he's not in your regular conversations, right? So
top players: McKinnon, McCarr, McDavid, and then Kucherov's having 100 11 points after a start where he wasn't having the best. I know, Seth, you had him in fantasy and made a trade to get him out. So.
Yeah.
And it's like a 40 point differential between him and Jake Gensel as the second point leader on the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Would be nice to see him play at a best on best tournament and see what he can, bring. He's you don't really, I mean, you hear a lot about him. I shouldn't say that, right? But not in the top, really, couple guys we mentioned. And
for what he's doing, right?
Correct. So, like I said, he'd be fun to watch the best on best tournament against the U.S. and Canada and teams like that. But we'll see. Yeah. We'll see if he has the chance with the World Cup of Hockey 2028 announced.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I guess you guys give me your thoughts on the World Cup of Hockey, the excitement level. Obviously, our hosts were from Edmonton. Owen's from Calgary. Tommy,
flying in, baby. We had those plane tickets ready.
Might make his way up. Calgary with a new rink. Owen, I guess just talk about your excitement of the new rink, what that might mean to Calgary.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Bringing a lot of tourists to the arena. It'll be cool to see like the city being able to host an event like that. I also got to visit Prague this summer. That's an awesome city. I think it's a great place to host the other pool.
Yeah. And they'll get 7 games. I believe it's 7 and 1 elimination game for Calgary, which will be the 2 and 3 team. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work, but they're going to get a bulk of the round robin play. So that'll be exciting. Hopefully Canada can get their revenge. I know Tommy doesn't want that, but
U.S. on top, man. Playing good hockey right now.
Curious to see. I mean, a guy like Caulfield for you guys. I mean, what are your thoughts? Do you want him on the team? Do you want to bring back some of the veterans? Like, do you want to change up some of the core that you guys brought to that tournament in Milan, or what are your?
Talking about the U.S.
Yeah, Caulfield, Robertson, those guys.
I feel like our guys played really close. I mean, got 2 sets of brothers, so the Tkachuk came out and said that they never had their door closed. Anybody could come in there. I mean, I think they're both great leaders, and I mean, Austin Matthews finally got one as a captain, so can't complain about that. I mean, I think we definitely have a good core group of guys, a lot of young guys, and like Boldy and stuff. Love Boldy, but I think we just got to keep it rolling. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you'd presume. I mean, it's interesting because Canada and U.S. are going to be in the same pool, right? Like they're not traveling to Prague, so we're going to see them play in round robin play in Calgary.
Yeah,
it also sets up for them to. I don't think the NHL would ever come out and say it, but I think they want the final to be them, right?
Yeah.
In Edmonton, and it'd be tough. I mean, in McDavid's barn, and you'd hope he doesn't lose another one.
Hopefully he doesn't get the C on his chest again. He can't win with that C on his chest.
Well,
alrighty.
Is Crosby going to be there? I mean, he makes his return tonight. Obviously, was a serious injury, right? Like it would take a lot for him to come out and not play. So that sucked. But he makes his return tonight. Makes his return. So we can preview today's NHL games. So the Devils will be on the road to host the Rangers. Hurricanes are back in action, hosting the Pittsburgh Penguins. With Sidney Crosby's return. The Senators are on the road to face Logan Thompson and the Capitals. The premier game of the night that I'm assuming most people are going to watch at 9:30 Eastern. Stars are on the road to the Avalanche, trying to get closer and closer, leapfrogging them in the standings, which is crazy.
For sure,
Colorado's was on a tear. Blues at Flames, and then to end the night, you get Flyers at Ducks. So, Owen, if you want to talk about your Calgary Flames hosting the Blues, what you expect, players to look out for, and are you looking for a win with the season kind of out of play and kind of looking more towards the draft lottery?
Yeah. With how the season's gone, like Flames fans have to be hoping for a loss here. You want to be losing most of the game towards the end of this year. The goal, like you want to keep them close. You don't want to be getting blown out. You want to keep fan attendance at these games. But yeah, St. Louis is also lower team in the standings, but they have been a little hot here recently in March. But yeah, their Flames have lost both games this season series against the Blues. And yeah, maybe we can pull one out at home.
Yeah, absolutely.
But can never complain about a loss in the situation we're in.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess kind of diving into Tim's picks. This is something funny that we do. I don't know. I'm sure there's lots of people that like to do it, but on the Tim Hortons app, you can pick 3 goal scorers each day. There's about 10 players in each box. Pick one, you get a goal scorer, and you get 25 points for one, 50 for two, 100 for three. I got Nathan McKinnon in my first box. He looked very angry post game with the loss, kind of getting routed in their home building to Pittsburgh. So I got McKinnon in a big game. I got Matt Duchene, who's elevated his game with Rantanen and Hintz out of the lineup. And in
Yeah.
box, I have Logan Stankoven, the young Canadian boy.
What about you, Will?
I got those same 3 picks. I think McKinnon.
Odds. That's crazy.
I think McKinnon's going to be a big piece in the
Yeah.
game tonight for the Avalanche. And then same with Duchene picking up that power play role with Rantanen out of the lineup. It's helping him put up a little more points recently.
For sure.
And then, yes, Stankoven on the second line most of the time in Carolina. It's a consistent player for them.
Yeah. I just did them right now. Just looking through the boxes as we were talking. I agree with McKinnon. Maybe his biggest game since the Olympics. He's gonna
One of the biggest
be
games.
fired
Yeah.
up. He wants to put on a good show, so we'll see that. Duchene, like you guys said, he's got a big spot to fill. And then throwing in curveball here, Noah Cates.
Oh boy, from Philly. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes he'll light it up. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, they've had a
Just
good year.
gotta-
I mean, they're
Got to hit a random once in a while.
Yeah, he's had a good year. All
Man,
right.
I'm from the States, so clearly don't go to Tim's. Not a big Tim's guy, big Duncan guy, but they don't have any hockey picks. So I'm just going with my picks of the day. I mean, I got the Canes at home, -1.5. I think they need to bounce back. I know Crosby's coming back, but not too scared of that. He's going to be probably limited a bit. I got Ducks money line at home, and then I got Blues money line away because I
Like
mean the
that.
Flames want to lose; they're not trying to win. And then I got to take Colorado. I mean, I still think they're the best team in hockey. They're going to win the division. They know they got to win tonight. So,
Yeah.
and like you guys said, McKinnon's a horse, so he's going to go to work.
The Blues should be in the same spot as Calgary, but they've gone on this tear. Robert Thomas, since being in his name floating around in trade,
Yeah.
he's gone on a tear. They probably should be more doing. They're still in the draft lottery mindset, but they're winning games that their fans, I guess, probably aren't too thrilled about. But that being said, I like that pick. And it's that time of the year. It's March Madness. We won't dive too much into it. I mean, we'll talk about it more on our next pod. But I guess if you guys want to just say your winner, your excitement level, obviously, we don't watch a ton of the regular season of the college basketball, but it doesn't matter. This is a tournament that is, it's fantastic. It's good every year. There's buzzer beaters. I like it a bit more than the NBA, but not a bit
I
more.
agree.
A lot more.
Yeah. But I got Arizona. I think it's kind of their year. I don't know. It's just more of a gut feel. Not Keegan Bradley. I don't know his first name, but Bradley. He won Big 12 Player of the Year. I think it's Jaden Bradley. Yeah, maybe that sounds right. He won Big 12 Player of the Year, so he's phenomenal. They're both top. They're a top 5 offense and defense and efficiency, and I have them getting over the top. I think they'll beat Long Island, and then they get Utah State or Villanova in the next round. So I think they're a 1 seed. They're deserving of it, and I think they get over the hump and finally get it done.
Yeah, I'm pretty big on UConn this year. I mean, it's always UConn. They're always there. They're always in the dance. They got a pretty spread out offense, I believe, and I think that they're just going to play. They're going to dominate, and they got a chance at it. And then a Cinderella that I have, UNI. Wait for them.
Okay,
Wait for UNI, man. They shoot the crap out of the ball, and they're going to want to run.
cool. Who do they play
Well,
first? Yeah.
No, I'd have to look back at it. I know they are a 13 or 14 seed, so they're gonna have a pretty good matchup to start. But
Well, there's always one of those seeds that gets it done in the first round, and no
Yeah.
one sees coming. So,
Yeah.
fair play. Who do you two boys have?
Oh,
I got Arizona taking down Florida in the finals.
Hmm.
I have UConn going to the Final Four as well. I see them beating Duke.
Mhm.
But yeah, Like same as you, Reed, a gut feeling,
Yeah.
sticking with Arizona for this year.
Yeah, I'm also on the Arizona train. Didn't plan this out. Just happens
Yeah.
that three of us
Yeah.
got the same winner. Don't watch
Fair
too much college basketball. Kind of gut feeling. I don't know. We'll see
Let's go
how.
UConn.
See.
Let's go UConn.
Yeah, I guess the Canadians are Tommy again, so we'll see how it goes.
Like always, man. Like always.
Yeah,
That's about, I mean, all I got. If anyone wants to say something, Herb's got something. But this is, like I said, this is our Core 4 podcast. All we do is watch sports. We love it. So we thought, why not talk about it? Yeah, this is fun. I had lots of fun. It's just like,
yeah, it was a good time.
A blast, man. I had a blast.
yeah. So we will hopefully be back in probably a week, 5 days in that range
Yeah.
to drop another one. And we'll talk about March Madness, probably the first round of it, potentially
sure.
the second round if it's done. More hockey talk.
Yep.
Baseball opening days in a week. So
Starting up.
this was fun, boys, and we'll see you guys in the next one. We appreciate you watching, hopefully, and have a good one.
Sounds good.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.